Hey guys, Jaws Short Reviews here, and today we're going to take a look at the Transformers Studio Series Deluxe Class Ratchet. Well, the Bumblebee movie Ratchet, I should say. But yeah, so anyways, like I said before, this is obviously Ratchet from the Bumblebee movie. Now, of course, like the previous two figures I reviewed, which are Studio Series Brawn and Studio Series Wheeljack. Ratchet only appeared for like a couple of seconds in the movie. He was on the first few minutes of the Bumblebee movie, and it was in that whole Cybertron sequence that was going on at the beginning, obviously in the movie, when Bumblebee was, signed to go to Earth and stuff like that. He's one of the first, I believe, yeah, he was one of the first Transformers seen in the actual movie. It wasn't Bumblebee himself. Now, I think it was, it's sort of, it was like RC or Ratchet or someone. Yeah, it wasn't Bumblebee, but anyways, and yeah, it was seen before fighting against the Decepticons and stuff like that. He saw a couple lines, but not a whole lot. But yeah, hopefully in the upcoming Rise of the Beast movie and also that film's sequels, we'll get to see Ratchet a bit more. But yeah, but anyways, that's pretty much it for the origins, and also, so yeah, that's pretty much it for that. So anyways, yeah, now here we have Ratchet in his alt mode thing. It's some car van thing. Yeah, don't really know what this is. Now, of course, like, again, Brawn and Wheeljack, my previous two reviews, Ratchet's alt mode is not based on the movie because, well, there was no alt mode for them in that movie. Like, the only characters that had alt mode, or, yeah, the only alt mode we've seen from one of the Autobots in that Cybertron scene was, B-127. And that was it. And Cliffjumper, the only reason he has his alt mode is because, he's pretty much got the same body as Bumblebee, just, with a different head and different colors. So, but, yeah, like I said in my reviews for Brawn Wheeljack, the Hasbro designers for Studio Series had to come up with their own designs, so for the alt modes, so that way, they can still work with the figure, like the robot mode can still look accurate, but you also get decent looking alt modes, and so far they've been pretty successful, except for Soundwave, obviously, and I guess Ravage. No, the only unsuccessful one was Soundwave, but the other ones have been pretty decent looking. But however, I still don't know what's going on here with Ratchet, but yeah. Anyways, let's take a look at the details for him. Now, this is going to be a bit hard considering I have a white background. Yeah, Ratchet is white, but as you see, he's got an Autobot insignia there. We got white paint for the front. It's all blue, clear plastic, but it's painted. But yeah, so I'm sure a lot of people are going to like that. And then the rest of this is white plastic. And you get some gray plastic. And some red paint along here, too. I'm trying to focus a bit further away. So, yeah. And of course, it's got the same old clip-on wheels, but there's some nice white paint in the hubcap sections. On the back, no paint, unfortunately, whatsoever. But yeah. And yeah, as you can see, not a whole lot of paint, just a lot of white and stuff like that. Yeah, invisible head syndrome. Yep. Yeah. Of course, doesn't really look that much like full of the robot. Other than you can see his head, but overall pretty nice and clean. So yeah, yeah, that's pretty much it for that. Of course, you can roll it around. I still don't know what this thing is, but at least it somewhat makes sense on like Soundwave. But yeah, it does look pretty nice. I can't really say much else. Because, we didn't see, like, this alt mode in the movie, like Brawn and Wheeljack, so, to be honest, I really can't complain about what we're seeing here, other than, hey, maybe you could have used some paint in the back, other than that, like, nothing's accurate or inaccurate, because guess what, we didn't see this in the actual movie, so, yeah, but anyways, for his accessories, he does come with this, like, dark rifle here, And of the three, though, Deluxe is, in this whole Bumblebee movie thing going on right now, I'd say Ratchet's gotta have my favorite gun, because here's a bronze, and then where's Wheeljack? So here it is. So yeah, here's basically how you can tell the three guns apart. So as you can see here, yeah, Wheeljack has like a darker gun, but it's small. Braun's probably the most distinct because of the colorization. You can see it's about as big as Ratchet's, but it has that layered color. And Ratchet's is kind of like a combination of both Wheeljack and Braun's, because he's got the dark color of Wheeljack's, but then he has the size of Braun. So that's just how I can tell the difference. But I can understand why people would be confused, because man, they actually do have the same design. It's just the sizes are different, the colors are different, and because it's a toy, it has different kinds of ports. But I think they're kind of the same. Well, here this is a bit different. I think for the most part it's the same. So just changed the whole thing. So yeah, lazy Hasbro, or Hasbro was lazy on that one. But yeah. But anyways, so now for storage for the alt mode. Well, the obvious one is right here on the top. You just put that in there, nice and snug. And that's probably my favorite way of storing it. But for the rest of storage, I don't think you can store it elsewhere. No. No, I don't think you can. Yeah, I think it just goes up in here. But hey, it's a nice area of storage. And unlike Braun, which had a not so stable area of configuration for that, Ratchet's is nice and sturdy. Because here's what it looked like for Braun. For those that don't remember, this is like a different configuration, but he's got like a small little hole, and then there's a tiny port, and then you just attach that right on top, and there you go. So you can just go, yeah, I can just do that. But yeah, not too great, but oh well. All right, put that away. But yeah, that's pretty much it for the weapon storage. Kind of ridiculous, but oh well. It is what it is. I'll just remove that for now. But yeah, so anyways, now for the comparisons. Here he is with Braun. Here he is with Wheeljack. Nope, go down all the way. There we go. So there's that. And then finally, here he is with Cliffjumper and Bumblebee. The only reason I don't got Prime is because he's the only Autobot in the Bumblebee movie Studio Series line, or the Studio Series Bumblebee portion. The Bumblebee portion of the Studio Series line. Excuse me. The only Autobot in that portion of Studio Series that doesn't have a Cybershine alt mode. So they just give him his Earth alt mode, which is fine because that's the only alt mode we saw in the movie, although the truck isn't that quite accurate to what we saw. But, of course, they probably had to change it. Just, so, because of rights and stuff like that. Yeah, that's how they look in. Bumblebee and Cliffjumper together, because why not? And, excuse me, if I said Bumblebee, it's B-127. Yeah, whatever. He is basically Bumblebee's. Not at that moment, but yeah. And, yeah, the reason I have is because they're the same mold. So, why not? There you go. That's pretty much it for the comparisons. So, let's get right down to the transformations. So starting off, just want to lift up this panel right here, like so, and then next, just want to pull out the leg sections, and then flip out the feet. And for some reason, this one's kind of like a Ratchet kind of thing, and then this one's not. I don't know why, but yeah. Anyways, raise up the camera here because it's getting kind of high. Yeah, so then next, just want to lift up the arm sections and then flip up the panels right here. And then, after that, you just want to untab. See these tabs right here? You go into this little slots in there and the legs. And then you just want to undo all of that. And then next, just rotate this all around. And after that, I just want to rotate around the thighs. And a lot of rotation joints, I know. I know. And then next, just want to lift that up to about, I think it goes to here. And we'll do the same thing here. Okay, now we got the legs. Now we just gotta do the rest of this. So, after that, you just want to kind of just do that, and then just kind of want to bring this all in, like so. Wait, am I doing this right? This is the 1 point. Okay, there we go. So you just want to do is you just want to lower that down, and then just put this section. It'll go over his head, and then after that, this will all kind of close in, and does that tab in? I won't go in. And here's, we'll worry about that a bit later. Next, I'll just kind of fold in there, and then as you can see on this panel on the back here, there's a tab, and that goes in that little hole there. I just want to do the same thing here. And after that, I'll just all kind of squeeze in there, and then next, okay, so this apparently, okay, I get it now. So it's kind of hard to see, but there's like a little slot in here, and then there's the tab right there. I'll just go in like so, and after that, did I go in? Okay. Then next, you just want to flip out the hands. You just do that like so. Then I'll clip in, and you can do the same thing over here. And come on, there we go. And once you got that, that didn't stay. There we go. So once you got that all configured, there you have Ratchet in his robot mode. And I gotta say, this is actually a pretty good looking alt mode. Or not alt mode, what am I saying? Robot mode. So, yeah, overall, pretty nice. Do quite like it. So, yeah, but anyways, let's take a look at the head sculpt. Beautiful head sculpt, just like Brawn and Wheeljacks. They've been nailing it, the Hasbro team. As you can see, it is light piping, unlike Brawn and Wheeljacks, so you can get some nice light piping in there. You can kind of see the difference. So yeah, and of course you got similar details we saw earlier, like the insignia, some great paint on the forearms, and yeah, you can see that. And the back, it's just full up panels and stuff. And unfortunately, some hollow legs, but oh, I can understand the reason behind it. So, yeah, because they didn't really have to sacrifice all that much, considering, you know, they came up with their own designs. So, that's pretty nice. So, yeah, but anyways, now for the articulation. His head is on the ball joint, so you can look down. You can't really look up that much, just about that far. And of course, again, down that far. His head can look side to side, obviously. And then his arms can move, or they can rotate a full 180 degrees. It's mainly on the panel joint, and then they can move. As you can see, the shoulders are on a hinge joint, so they can move out that far. And then he does have, oh no, it popped off. Oh, I gotta insert this back in. So I guess he doesn't have bicep swivel. I don't know. If he does, comment in the comment section down below. I don't think I've used it yet, but it seems pretty okay. He does. On this arm, it's pretty nice and fluid, but on this one, it's not for some reason. I don't get why that is, but oh well. See, it does have bicep rotation, as you can see here. His elbow does bend back as well as or forward and then backwards as well, and then his hands kind of just do have like a hinge joint, do the transformation, and can clip in at this point. He does have waist swivel. His legs can kick up this far, back that far, out that far, and then he does have thighs swivel, and then his knees do bend, and then his feet do move back and forth, and he does have a little bit of ankle pivots. Not a lot, but just a little bit. So hey, at least it's a little bit, and not nothing, but yeah, that's pretty much it for the articulation of this guy, so not bad. It's pretty good. Like, pretty much what I expect from your usual 22.99 Deluxe figure. So, yeah, but anyways, now for accessories. Again, has that gun from earlier, and I think this does work here because his hand's that light gray, and this is like a gunmetal gray, like a dark gray. So, yeah, kind of breaks it up, unlike with Braun, even especially Wheeljack too. It just kind of blends in there. It's just, I don't know. But with Ratchet, considering it's bright white and stuff like that, it actually does help. And speaking of bright white, I do know there's apparent problem going on with some people's copies where if you have them in like light areas with light, especially like yellow lights or something like that, like hot lights, anything like that is exposed to light. Unfortunately, this guy does apparently yell. I don't see any yelling on mine because I've had him for about a month, but there's people that have like RC yelling, and like the only area that kind of looks like it's yelling is on the crotch, but I think that's just because it's yellow plastic, and many people have it like in the areas with white paint. It looks so far pretty much the same as it did when I got him out of the packaging, but I guess it's a fair warning to those, that have this figure and want to keep him nice and white, because otherwise not, then, he's yelling. But I think in the areas where I have him, he's exposed, or somewhat exposed to light, not like greatly exposed, but just a little bit. So maybe that's not bad, but I don't know, I'll see. But yeah, just for those that are just wondering, because, that's an apparent issue, especially, like, it's not just with this guy. There's, like, a lot of figures that aren't even, like, just, like, white like this guy, like, I've had yelling, especially with the Cyberverse Deluxes. Apparently, those are yelling, and I think the last I checked on my copies, they aren't yelling, but that's apparently a problem lately, so for those that have that problem, I feel sorry, and to Hasbro, I probably should step up and fix that problem, although I think they are aware of it, but yeah. That's pretty much it for that. Also, I just kind of want to take a nice look at that detail around the neck area. This looks nice. See, Hasbro didn't have to put in all that detail in there. It looks so good. So, yeah, but anyways, now for the comparisons. Here he is with, here's with Braun. Why not? Let's bring in the other few Autobots we got so far from, the Cybertron scene. So we got Wheeljack, we got Bumblebee, and Cliffjumper. As you can see, of the 5 Autobot Deluxes we got so far, Ratchet is the tallest, which makes sense, especially considering that he is getting retooled into Ironhide and wave 16, so yeah, that's the next wave. And of course, here with Optimus Prime. Now, of course, he's the tallest. But yeah. So yeah, besides this, because why not? This is the last time we're gonna see these guys together until obviously wave 16 comes around, which probably won't be until I'd assume late summer, early fall. At least according to Hasbro, I think it says like October for Ironhide and RC and stuff. It'll probably come a little bit sooner, though. Although that wasn't the case for these 3 Deluxes. They didn't show up until, I think, last month. Yeah, around my area. But it just depends. So, there you go. That's pretty much it for the Autobot Cybertron group so far. Until, again, we get Ironhide and RC. And those are the last 2 we're getting from the Cybertron game. Because, those were like, other than, those generics, so that was pretty much it for the Autobots in the Cybertron scene, except for, that was pretty much it for the Autobots, and for the Decepticons, they still have to do a big Shockwave, and then they're doing Thundercracker, and they might have to do Skywarp, and maybe a couple more Seekers, but yeah, it's mostly just Seekers, other than, Shockwave going forward, so we'll probably just do Skywarp and Shockwave and just call it a day for those Decepticons, and then we'll be all set for Rise of the Beast. So, yes, anyways, there you have the comparisons. And of course, as always, or at least most of the time, we gotta take a look at the backdrop. So, there you go. And, yeah, I completely forgot. I said, I think in the last video or so, that Ratchet's backdrop had, that, you know, the bridge or wherever that was one, like the one that we've been getting in the Studio Series Cybertron Bumblebee movie stuff. But no, it actually is the same as what we got with Wheeljack and Brawn, which I'm glad. Because that allows more people to get this backdrop, even though I don't keep the backdrops. I've only kept a few, but not a lot. But anyways, yeah, because they take a lot of space up. So, yeah, anyways, as you can see here, it's that same backdrop for Ratchet. It is, yeah, I know it's like the same, but hey, still cool to get. And, you know, if you want to see this a little more in depth, then check out, I think, my Wheeljack review, or I think I took a closer look at it, if not, my Brawn review. And of course, at the bottom here, you got Bumblebee. Unfortunately, mine's just kind of just deformed. I don't know why at the bottom, but oh well. I'm gonna throw it anyways. On the side, you know, you got Transformers, and then you got 82. So, yeah, and then it makes sense considering Brawn was 80, and then Wheeljack was 81, and then Soundwave was 83, because, you know, he was released in the same wave as these guys, although in the, oh wait, I forgot to show him on the backdrop, but in the Voyager line. But anyways, so here's what Ratchet looks like with the backdrop on. I almost forgot. That was like the big thing. Yeah, so there you have that. And there you guys have my review for the Transformers Studio Series Deluxe Class Bumblebee movie Ratchet. And yeah, I gotta say, it's actually a pretty good figure, just like, you know, Brawn and Wheeljack. You know, Hasbro's been knocking these out of the park, you know, in terms of the deluxes. Like, all of these Cybertron Bumblebee movie stuff, even, like, the, you know, Earth stuff, it's been pretty good. So, you know, can't wait to see RC, and again, I already know Ironhide is going to be good, because, you know, first off, I've seen what that figure looks like, and also, because, you know, it's basically this guy, just, you know, in different colors, and with the Ironhide head. So, I mean, you basically already know what my review on that figure is going to be like, other than, you know, I'll probably critique some things with the paint. But yeah, but RC, can't wait to see, because, you know, it's a whole new mold, and quite exciting to complete the Autobot cast, at least in terms of Cybertron. No, that's pretty much it, because in the Bumblebee movie, you know, the only two Autobots we saw on Earth were Prime and Bumblebee, but Prime wasn't until like the very end. So yeah, pretty neat. Can't wait to see the whole collection. I'll be caught for Rise of the Beast next year, unless it gets delayed again, but it's probably not. But yeah. Yeah. But anyway, so my overall thoughts on this figure, pretty nice. Unfortunately, in terms of articulation, he's probably the weakest, because if you're wondering why, well, that's basically the reason why I have him in this running, like, pose, if you can't already tell. Because I was initially going to try to do one with his gun, like, similar to what, like, when he had in the movie, or, like, something like this, but as you can see, his arms can't get in all the way, so that's something I didn't point out in the articulation. So yeah, for those that want something like that, unfortunately, you won't be able to get it, because, you know, can't do that, but, you can kind of do it, it kind of looks a little ridiculous, so, yeah. So articulation, unfortunately, isn't as good as what we got before, but, you know, hey, so, nonetheless, not too bad. It would have been nice if he had, like, a little bit more paint, especially in the alt mode towards the back, but, I don't know. It's, other than that, just pretty neat figure. Cannot wait again for Ironhide. That'll look amazing. And, yeah, so, that's pretty much it for my own thoughts. So, yeah, but anyways, guys, make sure you guys like, subscribe, comment, share for more, and comment down below what you guys think of this figure. So, yeah, but anyways, guys, as always, till all are one.